Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And still a bit in shock from the story yesterday from Bill Murphy about his girlfriend. Yeah, but we're going to try and move on. Today, competitions. This is a very bad time to tell you about the World Puzzle Federation Grand Prix Round 1, because I think as I tell you this, it is probably closing right now. So apologies about that. So all I will tell you is that I entered it. If you did it, there is a very good chance you did better than me, because the 9 of the 13 puzzles I think I completed weren't very high value ones. So we'll see how the scores do in that. But coming up this weekend is the German puzzle qualifier, or Sudoku qualifier, sorry, on the Logic Masters Germany site, which we mention often. And there were 3 training puzzles put up. One is this one, and we're going to have a go at it today. The authors of the puzzles in the German competition are Philip Blumer, Christoph Seeliger, and Richard Stolk, who's actually Dutch. So real high quality, likely, from the puzzles. And this is a training German whispers puzzle by Philip Blumer. Now, I'm not sure what this diagram is meant to represent, if anything. Probably nothing. But the rule is, as well as normal Sudoku rules, along the lines, any 2 cells connected, any 2 sort of neighbouring cells connected by a line, like those 2 cells along the line have to have a difference of at least 5. That is the German whispers rule. Now, you may remember this from such puzzle hunts as our second puzzle hunt, in which Helga's Cup puzzle had this rule and proved to be one of the hardest puzzles in the hunt. So we'll see how we get on with this one. Do give it a try on the link below the video. Remember that each 2 cells connected by the lines have to have a difference of at least 5. That's the rule. And I would just mention our apps, which are available on Steam, Android and the App Store, links in the description, and our Patreon content. Actually, yes, today I have added the solution video to January's reward puzzle, and you'll find out, if you don't know already, where Chad's brother was meant to look next. Congratulations also to Lily Long and Esmeralda Kleinriesenk. I'm doing those from memory, who were the last 2 in before we posted that, so well done to them. Now let's have a look at this puzzle. Let's get cracking. And now I do remember, because I set that Helga's Cup puzzle, that the restrictions are quite hard, especially where they're within a single box. And basically, you always have to alternate between a high number and a low number, by which I'm meaning a number below or above 5. 5 can never be on a line, because there's no other Sudoku digit it could connect to legally. So that's worth knowing. But here, for instance, 1, 2, those 4 cells in box 7 all have to either be high or be low, by which I mean they have to be 6, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we can see they're not 1, 2, 3, 4. So they must be 6, 7, 8, 9. The other one, no, I've got that wrong. Sorry. That is not the case. Right. Because I have not managed to work out which lines alternate. Right. Okay, let's start again. Let's get cracking. 3 of these are high and 3 of them are low. Now the 5 is not on the line, and it's not there because of that 5. So we can at least fill in the 5. Now the end of the line has to be, no, the way to put this is 6 and 4, which can only connect in each case to one other digit. 6 can connect to 1 and 4 can connect to 9. If 6 and 4 are on a line, they have to be on an end. That's not true. They can be somewhere like there. They have to only connect to 1 cell on the line in a box. So this couldn't be 6 or a 4, because you couldn't put 2 connecting digits there. But this actually, well, it could if that wasn't a 9, but that's a poor example to pick, I suppose. Let's say this could be 6, because it could connect to 1 there and 1 there. But this couldn't be 6, because there'd be 2 cells in the same box that would have to be 1. Now, this end of the line can't be 6, but this could be 6 there, and then you would have 2 of 7, 8, or 9 there. And it's even possible for 6 to be there and 4 to be there, 9, 1. Oh, that's frustrating, because that means we can't really get a proper start. Now, where is the line most busy? So let's have a look at this big line. Again, it must alternate between high and low all the way around. So let's highlight one set of the alternating digits. Right, they would go there. Now, it's very tempting to think that these can't be low because of how 3 sees so many of them down here. If these were low, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on these digits, but I can't see an instant reason for saying they cannot be low. Interesting. How do you start this puzzle then? I mean, they look by far the more interesting set of alternating digits. These seem to me to have far fewer restraints. Although again, if they were high, this is going to have to be 7 or 8. These would then be 1 or 2, because this would be 7 or 8, and they can't be 3. Let's just have a look at the, actually I might colour these just so I can keep thinking about them. Let's make them blue. Now, is blue low or high? How can we tell? I don't know. Maybe it is this shape here. One of these ends has to be 6 or 4, but I don't know which one. Obviously, if it's that end, that has to be 4. Then you'd go 4, 9, small 7 or 8. Okay, is it possible for this end? It's fairly easy for that end to be low because this could still be 6 and be the high end. But is it possible for this end to be low? If that happened, then you've got lows there. This is high and not a 6. 6 would have to be there. This would have to be 4. You'd have 1 and 2 in those two positions. The 1 would, no, I don't know, the 7, 8, 9 to fill in on the others. Oh, the 4 would have to be next to 9. That couldn't be 8. Oh yeah, it could. It would have the 2 and 1. I don't know. I just can't. I haven't ruled out anything yet. This is the problem now. Now, it seems very unlikely to me these blue cells can be high. If they were, this would be 7 or 8. Because it can't be 6 or 9. Then you'd have 1 or 2 flanking it on the line. These two can't be 6. because none of them can have a 1 either side, or both sides is the right way to put that. So they'd have to be from 7, 8, 9. This would be 2 or 4, and it couldn't be 4 actually, because both of those would have to be 9. So that would have to be a 2. This would be 2 or 3, or actually 4. That could be flanked by 2 9s, irritatingly. That's high, but we don't know which one. That would be low again. There is still a, no, that can't be a 4, because this can't be a 9. In fact, that's 8, 7 or 6. This would be 1, 2, 3, not 4. This would be 6, 7, 8 or 9. No, not 6, because it sees 2 cells in the same column. 1 or 2 there. 9, 4, 9. No, maybe that could be a 4. This would be any high digit, and this would be low again. And I mean, why not? Why not that arrangement? It looks to me like it could work, which is very irritating. So let's go back and see if the other alternative setup of the long line doesn't work for some reason. I can't see why. Let's try the high numbers here. It's 7, 8 or 9. This would be 1, 2 or 3. It couldn't be 4. 2, 3 or 4 there. 6, not 6, but 7, 8 or 9 there. 2, 3 or 4. 7, 8 or 9. 2 or 4. No, 4's not. Oh, 1 or 2. 3 it sees, and 4 isn't possible there. 6, 7, 8 or 9. There's a very unrestricted cell on the line there, as we found out the other way round. Now that would have to be 7 or 8, because it's in the row with 6 or 9. But again, I mean, it's just it's not impossible. 1, 2, 4. So it must be how they work together. Yeah, that could be 6 on the end of the line. My goodness. Okay, so that is possible. And there doesn't seem any obvious way to rule out one or the other. How frustrating. Okay, let's... Haven't really studied this line. It just didn't look all that helpful to me. But maybe those seeing 3 on both sides, maybe that means it can't be, they can't be low. But that could be a 4, let alone that they could be 1 and 2. That can't be a 4 if it was low, so that would have to be 1 or 2 as well, as would that. And maybe that's the interesting point. Yes, that is interesting. Okay. Right, if these two were low, wow, this takes some seeing. If these two were low, that's a problem. That's a problem because neither of them can be a 4, because this cell can't be a 9. Therefore, they would be 1 and 2. Now that would mean that 4 would have to be the low number in one of these two cells, but neither of those can be a 4, because that one would see 2 cells in the same box and that one sees what can't be a 9 there. So these two are not low, they are high. So let's, is purple all right? Yeah, that is all right. Okay, so purple is high here and there. Green is low. Wow, so we know a bit about this column. Not in, I mean, that's 8 or 7. This could be Well, it could even be 6 with 1s either side, so that's very unhelpful for that cell. So could this. That is 1 or 2. That can't be a 4. This can't be a 4 because it can't touch a 9 there. Oh, that can be a 3 though. And this one, anything, 1, 2 or 4. I mean, not a 3 perhaps. Now, what is that telling us about the high numbers in column 8 then? Can we use the fact that we've used 2? It just doesn't feel like very many. Maybe that can't be high. But I think it can. Could even be 6 with 1s either side, but it could also be 7 or 8. So I don't know whether blue is green or purple in this puzzle. Now the other high number is either a blue or a white cell on this line. The 7 or 8 goes in one of those places. That is quite interesting. For row 5 I'm talking about. We've got a 6, a 9, and either 7 or 8. So, is there some row or column where there's just too much pressure on? And that looks like it. So that could be 7 or 8 if blue is high. But that's 7 or 8 if blue is low. Which way round will it be? I don't think these shapes, this shape down here is any use because whichever arrangement you're looking at only has 1 high and 1 low in each row and each column, funnily enough. That's a measure of the odd shape that it is. Frustratingly, come on, think now. Right, if these two were low, they'd have to include a 4. In that case, this would have to be 9. Why would they have to include a 4? Because they've already in a row with a 3 and a 1 or 2. So if those two are low, there is quite a lot of pressure on lows then. You'd have a 2 here. This would have to be something. Yes, these can't both be low. Okay, sorry, this takes ages. These can't both be low because one of these two must be low. Right, so all of these non-blue cells on the long line are high. They're purple. All the blue cells are green now. They are low, so that we can fit 4 of purple into row 7. That is the point. So one of the, we don't know which one of those is purple. We know one of them must be. So, right, let's start with making all of the purples 6, 7, 8 or 9. That one we know was only 7 or 8. Now, some of them can't be 6 because they couldn't be flanked by 2 1s, like, well, both of these can't be 6 because that can't be 1 now. So that's getting quite interesting. These can't be 6 because they're in a box with 6. That obviously can't be flanked by 1s. In fact, 7 couldn't be flanked by 2 and 1, which it would have to be. So it's not a 7. This isn't a 6 because that can't be a 1. This could be. Those two seem to be the only highs on this line that could be 6. And whichever one this is, whichever one of these is high, it cannot be a 6 because it is flanked by 2 within the same box. So the 6 in this row is here, and that is actually giving us numbers. We get 2 1s out of that. That allows us by Sudoku to place the 1 in column 8, must be here, which unfortunately only helps the line. There must be a 1 in one of those cells. Wow, that was a difficult break-in. This can't be 6 anymore. This can't be 6 anymore. In fact, no, they could be 7s. Okay, let's not jump the gun. Oh, this can't be 6 or 9. We've got a 7-8 pair in the row. I'm sure it's going to do nothing for me. This can't be 4 because it can't be flanked by 2 9s, so it's 1 or 2. In fact, it can't be 1. That's good. This is a 2. These now, oh yeah, they can be 7. That's fine. This can't be 2, obviously. If this was 4, that would be 9. Oh, that's quite interesting. 7, 8 or 9 in those two, and also in one of these. One of these is high, and one of these is high. Both of those are 7, 8 or 9. Does that mean the one on the end is 6? No, it doesn't. No, not necessarily. More frustration for me. Now, let's keep going though. This is not a 1 now. This is 2, 3 or 4. If it's a 2, even, the lowest, one of these can be 7. Yeah, then they could be 7 and 8. It certainly can't be a 4. 3 would have to be flanked by 8 and 9. That is possible. Now, this one can't be a 1, nor this. 2, 3 or 4, yes, that could be flanked by 9, so could that at the moment. This could as well. No, this can't be a 9, so that is 2 or 3, and this one is 1, 2 or 3. Have I missed any 1 possibilities? No, I haven't. That's good. Right, now, what's that telling us about where we can put anything else? That could still be low. We've had 3 lows marked in the column already, but that could be another one. If that was 8, it would have to have 2 and 3 around it. Yeah, there's probably somewhere 3 can't really go. 3 there would take 8 and 9 around it. That would have to be the 9. I can't see why not. 3 there would have to have 8 and 9 around it. 3, 5. Right, neither of those are 2, so I don't think that helps. 3, 7, 8, 1. Just felt, having made a breakthrough, we might be really getting going, but that is absolutely not the case. If those 2 were low, then neither of them could be 1. So there'd have to be, in fact, this would have to be 4 if it was low. That would make this 9. That would force these to be 8 and 7, which would make this the 2. You'd have 4 and 2. That would be 9 as well. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on if these 2 are low, actually. This one has to be 4. That makes this 9. That puts a 2 here. Come on, come on. I can't see where this breaks. Oh, actually, this is... Oh, that's quite interesting. This is a weird naked duo. 7, 8, 9 form some sort of triple, a hypothetical triple, with one of them being on the left. This also can't be 3, 2, 1 or 6, so it is 4 or 5. This one is 2, 4 or 5. Maybe I should start marking 1 to 5 as low now, and then doing counts, because that might actually reveal something. But I don't know that it will. I don't know that it will quick enough to be worth doing, in a way. Okay. Whatever the low number in these two is, it must see 2 cells, so it has to not be a 4. It must be a 2 in one of them. So that's not a 2, so we've actually got a 4, 5 pair. This is a 2 with one of 7, 8 or 9. Indeed, it must be flanked by both, but the 7, 8 or 9... Oh no, I was going to say must be flanked by the 2 and the 1, but actually you could have 4 here, 9, 2... 7 or 8, 1, and then actually you can play around with 6, 7 and 8 in the other 2 cells after that. So 4 there frees everything up, but if this was high, then this is 2. These have to be from 7, 8 and 9, as does this. 6 would now have to be in the middle. 4 would have to be on the end. It's all just possible. That puts 1 in row 8, column 3, which will work perfectly well. 4, 1, 2. Oh. Don't think I can use those 4, 5s. I mean, they're really just a deduction that's been made, and we'll have to wait till we can disambiguate. I mean, this is a tough puzzle, actually. If this is practice for a competition, it's going to be a competition that has puzzles in it that take a lot of time. Certainly to solve logically. I mean, you might be able to blast through this with more actual bifurcation. Now, I must be missing some other relation between the possible highs and possible lows. Still, this looks so unlikely to be low. But then maybe these. Oh yes, if this is low, it's a 4, isn't it? Yeah, that's right, which puts 9 there. That actually is a huge amount of pressure on everything. 4 would be there. That would force a 4 here. They don't really relate much, unfortunately. Oh dear. Oh, look at this cell. This is seeing a 7, 8 pair in the row. Also 9 and 6 in the row, 1, 2, 3 in the column. My God, that is part of a 4, 5 pair in the column, and this cannot any longer be low. Good grief. Do you really have to spot that to make progress? Wow, I mean, that is hard. This one now. Didn't I think it had to be 4? No, that was if this was low. Right, so this can be any low number, 1, 2, 3 or 4, but these two are 6, 7, 8 or 9. Now how can I use that? Have I created a foursome? No, not yet. These two must be high as well, because we've used 1, 2, 3 and a 4, 5 pair in the column. This is getting quite full in that row or in this box. 3 highs in the box. So there's 2 lows and a high this side, or maybe a 5. Actually, that could be low, so there might only be 1 low on that side. That's not very telling then. Now, if this was 4, these would be 4. This would have to be 9. I don't know how to use that. Oh, one, okay, that's an interesting thought. One of these 3 is 4. Therefore, one of these 3 is 9. Because 4 will always be next to 9. Unfortunately, I don't see how I can use that either. Six is in one of those 2 positions in box 6, which isn't really doing anything. Okay, let's have another look at this. 6, 7, 8, 9. So these other cells in the row are from 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, and that one can't be a 1. Oh, actually, didn't I have a 4, 5 pair in the row? No, I didn't. How do you decide? Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 all green marked in column 6. So the others are 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. I'd love to colour everything, but 5 being a possibility in so many cells messes it up a bit. Okay, let's do a little bit of colouring where I definitely can. Purple in those. Oh, and that's it. Okay, that didn't really advance the cause much. I suppose, yes, sorry, the givens, I can do those. These ones are green, purple for the 6 and 9 givens. That might help spot a group somehow. I don't think it's going to. 3 green down here, and that could be the 4th. But unfortunately the 4th could be over here. One of those is green, one of those is green, that's green. Oh, that's interesting. Is that definitely true? One of those is green. Oh no, one or none of these is green. Ah, that's annoying. Two is up there. Oh, one of these has to be, oh my goodness. One of these is a low number and can't be the 4. So one of those is a 1. So that's not a 1. I don't know if that's going to help at all. Probably not. But it is nonetheless a fact. So either that's 2 and that's 1, in which case this is 4, or that's 2 and that's 1, in which case this is 4. So as I could have worked out at the very beginning, 4 is definitely on one of those ends. And I don't know which one. One of these is 7, 8 or 9. One of these is 7, 8 or 9. Ah! And it's exactly the same deal as the 7, 8, 9 pair there. We've now got a hypothetical 7, 8, 9 triple. In fact, this is now a 1, 3, 7, 8, 9 quintuple. That's not 3. So these are 2, 4, and 6. The only place for 5 in the column is here. Good Lord, that takes some working out. Maybe you've seen that before I have. That fixes a few 4s and 5s. It doesn't reveal anything about the actual identity of the high-lows there. That's now 5. Right, that is purple. Now we do know that one of these is green and one is purple. One of these is green, one of these is green. Oh, that's, yes, we all found that out, because what I was going to hope to establish was the colour of the middle cell, but I've actually filled that in already, so didn't need it. Right, that gives us a little 2, 3 pair in box 6. How can we use that? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. I don't see that I can at all. Okay, this is a 2, so that hasn't fixed these to be high particularly. They can still be 7, isn't the point, unfortunately, either of them. It'd be lovely having a 3 there, say, because then you'd know that was an 8, 9 pair. But that has not happened. Two is in one of those cells, because there's a 2, 3 pair there. 3 is in one of those. That's really uninteresting stuff. Oh, that 2, 4, 6 triple, can I use that in any way? The 5 there, 1 there. So these cells are from 3, 7, 8, and 9. I don't think that's the sort of information that's going to help. Still, there can be a 4 in either of those cells. Now, in either case, it would be incredibly helpful to the rest of the puzzle because it would place 2 9s. But that's just not happening at the moment. Now, one of these is a 7. Can't be there because it would be next to a 4. So that can't be a 7. But this could be. That would make these two 8 and 9. Six is definitely in one of those cells, as I think we established ages ago. It was always going to be in one of those two. Keep focusing on the 7 thing, come on. 7 there would make that a 2. That would make one of these a 2. If this is a 2, there's definitely a 7 next to it in one of the cells. That's not at all helpful. I'm sure this is going to be 6. No, I'm not sure. Got a triple already here, and that could be from 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. If that was 6, you'd have a 7, 8, 9 triple and 5. 1 over here. This would be 2 or 3. Looks like it's hard, but not impossible for that to be a 6. One in one of those. There's a 1 there, so 1 in one of those. It would obviously be useful here, but it could be sitting here. One here would put a 1 in this position. So one of 7, 8, 9's there. One of them is here, and the other one, well, I mean, it could even be in the central remaining cell. How frustrating. Oh, that can't be a 5. In fact, 5 in this top box, in box 2, is in one of those 2 cells, which is about as useful as putting 6 in one of those 2 was over here. It just doesn't get anything done. So, come on, come on. That 2-3 pair looked promising. It means this can't be, this actually has to be high. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, 2, 3, 1 and 4 are all looking at this cell, as is 5. Oh, in fact, look, 5 and 5, we can place 5 by Sudoku. Good grief, we could have done that at the very start. Please, yes, maybe this has been the key. I said at the start 5 couldn't be on a line, and now I'm seeing that would have let me place 5s in a number of places, which I am feeling pretty stupid about. 5 there, 5 there. That did fix the 6 pair that I said was so unhelpful. Maybe it's not. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sorry guys. That really was a bit shambolic. So this can't be 4, as it couldn't have been since we put 4 there. One of these is a 6. This can't be a 6 because we've now got all the purples in the column. So that can't be a 6. This is 6. Oh my goodness, this has taken ages. I've really struggled on this. That 1 makes this one at the bottom of 4. That makes this a 9. So this is 7 or 8, as is this one at the top. Now it's not a 9. That can't be a 4. Actually, that has meant it couldn't be a 4 already. This is purple. I've done all the purples and greens in columns 5, 6 and 7 now. Now I've filled in all the 5s, and I mean, if I could have done that at the start, I'm very embarrassed, and I suspect I could. Oh, that's not a 1 now, that's 2 or 3. This is clearly purple for the box. 1 purple and green to go in here. That's going to fill up all the purples in the column, so this is green, and that's where 2 must be. Not here, which is purple. And this one's green because it's a 4, and I could have filled that in when I solved it. Now, that's 7 or 8, which are now a pair, so this isn't an 8. We've got 1, 6 and 9 to place along here. Wow, so this is, well, that's very interesting. Yeah, this can't be a 1. Sorry, that's not true. No, that's completely bogus. That could be a 1, 9 pair, except it can't be a 1 because 1 is confined to those cells. So that is 6 or 9. I don't think 9 is going to be possible, is it? If 9 was there, 1, 7 or 8, 2, 7 or 8, 4, and that won't work. So 9 there is not possible. That is 6. Yeah, you can't use up the 9 like that. So 6, 1, that's fine. Now this is high, right? So now we know the identity of the highs in box 7, and therefore the lows This one is the 4th purple, that's high. These can't be 9 anymore. This is the 2 because it's the low one. This is not 2. And 4 has to be here. That's great. That fixes this as a 9. That means those aren't 9. In fact, 9 by Sudoku is here on not a line, not being very helpful. That means this also is the extreme digit, a 1 in there. This is 7 or 8, so this is 6. That can't be 6. 5, 2, 3, 4, 1. No, that's not a helpful column. My goodness, right. 7, 8, 9 are now a triple in the, oh yeah, they have been for ages, right? Not relevant. 2, 3, 5, 4, 7, 8 is a triple up here in box 6. So this is a 9. That doesn't have much effect because it doesn't limit the possibilities here. It stops that being a 9 for what it's worth. 9 can't be in one of those cells. So in fact, the only place for 9 in box 1 is here. First color I can put in box 1. 5, 4, 9, 6. Still not over. I mean, I've probably got all the key deductions, but now I actually have to just, oh, this one is a naked single in the column. That's a 4. So that's not 4. 3, 2, and either 7 or 8 in the right-hand side. Not very helpful. This is 6, 7, or 8. So it must be the German whispers. They must be helping now, which this is not a 2. Can it be 3? Yes, it could be if they were 8 and 9. No, it can't be 3 because we've got a 2, 3 pair in the row. That's a 1. That fixes the 1 up in box 1. Quick bit of colour there. 1, 5, 6, 9. That can't be 6, and nor can that. Wow. 9, 1, 5, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I know I'm not coming out of this puzzle looking very good at Sudoku, but I found this very hard, and I should have done better with the 5s at the beginning. I can certainly see that. 7, 8 pair in column 6, so that's a 9. That fixes all of the purples that I have already up here. Right, 8 there means that's not a 4. We've got a 2, 3 pair, 6 and 4 to fill in. 2, 4, 6 triple all resolved by that. That's not an 8. What have we got? 3, 7 and 8 to place in box 1. That can still be 7 or 8. I haven't resolved that yet. I'll catch up with the colouring in a moment. Probably late enough that I can still make a mistake in it, no doubt. This is seeing 7 and 8 now, so that's 9. And that one's 6 for the same reason. Still leaves us a 7, 8 pair in the middle box, but now maybe has the German whispers sorted anything out? No. No, not at all. Oh, goodness gracious. 5, 1, 9, 6, 4. This is 3 or 7. This could be any of the remaining digits. That 2, 3, or 8. So, will the candidate marking help at all? I doubt it. Maybe this is proof that I should be doing the colouring. So, 2s and 4s are green. The 6s are purple. I don't see how that's helping me in any way now. 1, 4, 7, 5, 6, 9. Must be something on... This can't be a 3 because it's flanked by a 7 on one side. Good grief, 2 there, 3. So does that fix all the 2 3s? Yeah, by Sudoku, this must now be a 2. So that goes green. 1, 2, 4. Oh yes, and this 3, 2 at the top are fixed, which is vital because that 3 can't be next to a 7, so that gives us another 8. And now maybe the 7 8s are done, or some of them even. Oh my goodness, did that run dry immediately? Oh look, that's a 7. Wow. So 8's not there. 8 must be here for the column. That makes this a 7. 7 there. I hope I didn't mistype a character. There is a chance of that. They are not 7. Now 8 has gone from those. In fact, these are just a triple I can write in. 2, 7, 3. There we go. What a puzzle. This has been very hard indeed. 8 there. 7 and 9 placed. 4 and 3. Yes, they are resolved. 8 and 4. And 1 pair to go that I can see. 7 and 8 there. Let's colour in my new 3s and 4s in green and my new 7s and 8s in purple. There we go. I think that that is the grid, fully coloured, fully filled in. Looks good to me, and it looks like it's obeying the German whispers. 8, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 8, 3, 9, 1, 8. Well, well done if you did that quicker. You may well have done, and you may well have got a much better start with the 5s. I mean, I explained the logic, then didn't use it, and that's always embarrassing. My goodness, 50 minutes. Okay, I didn't realise I was taking that long, but there we go. A tough puzzle today. I'm very pleased to get through it. Thank you very much to Philip Blumer for creating it, Christoph Seeliger for recommending it, and do have a go at that German Puzzle Championship, although I'm really hoping there aren't that many of that difficulty in it. Anyway, see you soon on the channel. Bye for now.